In today's video, I am going to be comparing Kawhi Leonard to Dennis Rodman and who is the better defender. This is going to be a very good video if you are looking to improve your defense yourself. Let's get down and let's check out these two amazing defenders in the NBA. Really quickly, we're going to be first looking at a wing-to-point pass that was stolen by Kawhi Leonard. Why is this so important? And of course, he did finish with getting his teammate an open three. Well, really quickly, a wing-to-point pass is one of the riskiest passes in the game because, of course, what happens is when you make that pass, this is extremely far away from the basket, so it gives the ability for the defenders to go in, try to get that steal. And that's what we have here. It also is a weak point because this player in the point is usually getting that reverse pass to swing it over to the other side, so he doesn't have momentum to come towards that ball to receive it, while this defender can, and if you're not going towards that ball, it's going to be usually picked off, and that's what we've seen here. So in this clip, we're seeing really strong help defense by Kawhi Leonard getting that block. Why is this important? Well, of course, if you've got a wing to high post pass, this player is going to be attacking the rim, and of course, the weak side defender has to come out to defend. This player then moves down, and this player would then slightly be guarding two players at once. Kawhi Leonard knows that, so he's able to get in position to try to take that charge, while this player is able to squeeze past two pretty good defenders, but Kawhi Leonard with his long reach is able to get that block. And he's able to get that block because he understands that this player is going up for a shot. That player is not going to be able to land, which means that you can go for that block knowing that as long as you make contact with that ball, you'll be pretty much all set. Kawhi Leonard is also a very good deny defender. Obviously, it helps with his wingspan here, but what you can do if there's ever a dribble handoff that's happening, get your arm in between that dribble handoff, because what's going to happen a lot of the times is this player is going to be doing literally a chest pass that's close by, and like close range chest pass. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a player like Kawhi Leonard who's got really long arms, do not, as a center or a dribble handoff man, do not do that. Do a bounce pass. What is so wrong with doing a bounce pass? Why not just drop it there and then set that screen so that that player can just receive that ball and go? That bounce pass would be a heck of a lot more sustainable when you're going up against somebody with a long wingspan. So if you are a player who is basically getting screened by in a DHO, put your arm in there, try your best to disrupt that pass. You don't need to have a long wingspan to be able to do this. However, if you do have a longer wingspan, it does help. Be aggressive. It's not going to be a foul because you're going for the ball, and there's nobody who is going to be calling a foul on that, even if you make a little bit of a contact with somebody's arm. The reason why is because that ball is in the air, and you're both going for that ball, which means that if you hit somebody's arm when you're both going for the ball, you're not going to get the foul call, and that allows you to be able to get that steal. However, there are times where a long wingspan does help, as we can see here. If you had shorter arms, that was not going to be any way close to being a steal, but of course, long arms help. Right here, we see Kawhi Leonard in a passing lane, and I'm going to tell you right now, I've been telling my team all season that getting your hands up in the passing lanes will get you steals, and that's what we've seen here with Kawhi Leonard. All you need to do, you don't have to worry about anything. I don't know why there's so many young players who are afraid to put their arms up to get these passes. It's just, it doesn't make me, I don't understand. Either way, get your arms up. They don't need to be perfectly up all the time, but they can be to your side and not touching your side so that you can get into the passing lanes faster. And it's all about trying to cut off passing lanes with your arms, especially if you're in a zone. Also, when a player is driving on you, if you're shuffling with them, just have your arm up. You don't necessarily have to be trying to block their shot, but as long as it's there to contest it, if you've got long enough arms, you will be able to block it. But that would have been a very strong contest, and even if it went in, it would have been still very hard to make that shot. So basically, just have your arm up. the lead arm, have it as a contested layup even. It doesn't matter, but if you've got long enough arms, you will get the block, hopefully. Meanwhile, Dennis Rodman was an absolute beast on the defensive end. He was able to get a ton of blocks, mainly because he's able to time what these players are about to do. So, for example, in this first play with Patrick Ewing, he picks up that ball 1-2. You automatically know he's going to go for that shot. Of course, he could pass, but even if he passes, you're going to be in position to kind of knock that pass out. And you can time these. It doesn't matter how tall that player is. If you think that you can get that block, 100% go for it. Who cares if he posters you? But time these layups, time these blocks, time these dunks, and you're going to be very successful at blocking shots. Also, by the way, risk your body sometimes. Go for that ball. Get on the ground. We see this a lot in Europe, but they don't do it all that much here in North America. Like, this is something that you used to see a lot in the States and in North America, diving for that ball. We don't see it all that often anymore. And then even on these post moves, you can time it pretty often. So this player gathers that ball and takes a little bit of an off-balanced approach to his defender. If somebody is off balance jumping into their defender, you need to get up there and block that shot, because I'm going to tell you right now, that player is not going to come back down and land. You can go up and block that shot. Also, defenders, battle it out in the low post. Even if you have a mismatch, just battle it out. Don't worry about a foul. You have 5 fouls to give. So here, he's trying to fight for position. He has got that inside position on this big man. And because he's got that inside position, he can go for that ball. And if you feel like you've got the angle to go for the steal, go for it. But don't go for it by jumping out of the way, because if he gets it, he'll have a wide open basket. What you need to do is when you reach for that ball, reach in, but stay wide and don't dive for it. Stay between your man and the net. That will allow you to be still there. Ball, you can go dive for it and get it 100%. That's going to literally give you a ton of steals. And believe me, time your jumps. 2 steps, the guy takes 2 steps, block him. 100% every time. People wonder how somebody who's 6'2" and currently 260 pounds can get so many blocks in pickup games against kids who are younger, who are 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, and I'm 31. How can I get so many more blocks on their shots than they can even get shots up? The reason for that is because I can time. Hey, they're going to take 2 steps because that's the traditional layup. And they're going to take 2 steps. Sometimes they'll bring that ball down on their 2 steps. And I can time it. If they bring that ball down for the 2 steps because they feel like having 2 hands on it close to their body is going to help protect that ball, I'm just going to put my hand on it and they're not going to be able to go up for that layup. And I've done this a ton of times. Literally 20, 30 blocks in a pickup game, easy, because they bring it down, you put your hand on it, and they're not going to be able to go up for the shot. Also, if you can time it, if they keep it up high, let's say, and you can time 1 step, 2 step, and they go up for their layup, guess what? I'm already going up, because I know, hey, that's their 2nd step. I'm going up with them. I'm blocking that. I'm getting a piece of it. So time these players you are trying to defend when they're driving to the rim, and you're going to get an absolute ton of blocks. I hope that this video has helped you. Personally, I think Dennis Rodman is better, and I'll see you guys again next time.